All right, good evening, folks. All right, so my little nephew just got picked up, and I am free. But now it's time to pick up the mess. And I'm wore out. I'll tell you what, I'm wore out from having him over for the day. Little booger. But it was fun. Next time we're planning a YouTube video, hunting video. That should be good. But now, you have fun, but then you got to pick up the aftermath. So I'm going to be picking up vacuuming and doing something. I should do some laundry. I feel like I just want to pass out on the couch, but I got some things to do. It was fun, my nephew. If you are watching from home, it was fun. Next time we're going to camp in the duck blind, and it's going to be great. Got camouflage gear, ghillie suits. Going to be unreal. So other than that, it was fun. Oh man. Nah, what do you do? What can you do? But hey, I was watching a little bit of that Kylie is her name, that is missing, that young girl. And now there's a lot of people saying, what's funny is when this case first broke, there was reports out that she was already missing. And then a video or a photo showed up of her inside of a store with jeans on and a black halter top or whatever it is, black tank top or whatever, with a belt. But now they're saying that's supposedly after the party. But I don't know. That's the problem with YouTube, is there's so much information that gets put out there right away. It's easy to see how some of these YouTube crimes never get solved because there's, all kinds of information out there. You don't know if something's fishy is going on. Could it be staged where they're doing it for popularity or whatever it is? Is it, is it for them to play jokes or whatever? There are some kids out there that do stuff like that. They think it's funny or whatever, or then they'll get found, or some kind of a scam to look for somebody and collect money. I don't know. It seems kind of fishy, that case, but maybe she did go to that party. For one, they're saying that it was all boys, mainly just a bunch of dudes drinking, passing out drugs, and all kinds of stuff. It is possible. Maybe something happened to her while she was at that party. That's why I try and tell the ladies, never drink anything that is already open. And if you're gonna be with a bunch of dudes, by yourself and the only girl there, you're taking a chance because in today's world, you know, uh, the kids are, I don't know, it's all about sex, it's all about drugs, it's all about money, power. You don't know, you know. It's possible something did happen to her at the party if all of her friends left her, you know, with a bunch of dudes. It's possible. It's possible she never went to the party and, something happened to her before the party. But if I remember correctly, she came up missing. And then there was a video put out saying she was spotted, that they think she might be alive still. And she was spotted in a store, a clothing store, shopping or maybe trying on stuff. Now, where that photo came from, I don't know. But, you know, that's how cases get diverted, and people sometimes get away with murder because there's all this commotion and everything. And, she was alive, then she ain't alive. Now she's missing. And now there's a video out saying that they found a possible burial site where they might have buried somebody. You don't know, really. That's why I keep telling people, keep an eye on your kids. And for one, if I had, any control, I would probably uh, tell my daughters don't ever show up, you know, at a bar, at a party where it's a bunch of dudes and no women, around, because bad things happen. It is sad, but what can you do? You know. But like I said, the world is nuts, folks. And this is the reason why they're doing the things that they're going to be doing on Earth, is because the world is crazy. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Uh, what is it? Who knows? They're saying it's a demon. They might have opened doors or spirits, or they might be praying to old Beelzebub or whatever. I don't know. I seen a video today. Ozzy Osbourne passed away, huh? Now, see, you don't even know if that's true because they make so many fake ass shit on YouTube. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. But I watched a video today that, I had a photo of a bunch of people carrying a casket and tragic details about Ozzy. Who knows? I don't know. A bunch of crap. But that's why things are happening the way they are in the world, is because the world's nuts. You know, literally cuckoo. And it was a couple bad apples that ruined it for a whole world. Nah, what can you do? Ain't nothing you can do. Stay home, protect yourselves, and, you know, do what you do. But be, you know, be safe. Uh, for all we know, she could have OD'd, and they panicked. Um, and they got rid of the body or something. Could be. Or it could be she never showed up there and she's on the run, maybe getting married, maybe thought she was going to be a movie star. See, that's what some of these people do. They fake their own deaths and then they become uh, music people or movie stars or whatever. It's so screwed up. But I am free for the rest of the day. What time is it? 6:15. What a day. What a night. What a yesterday. So all I can say is be safe, you younger generation, and be safe. You know, all these people around, drugs and all these young kids and rape and gangs and just madness, madness. It's the devil, if you ask me. But who am I? You know, I'm nobody. She could have been trafficked. She could have left that party with some guys or something. So either she was kidnapped or something like that, or used for some sexual pleasure, or used or something, or trafficked, or she OD'd or something. Maybe she did drive off a cliff, and they just haven't found the car yet. You know, it's possible. But like I said, I've already seen so many videos on it of they found her. She Here's a photo of her. If you see her, they thought she was alive, but and then the boyfriend saying, "Oh, I know she's fine." He wouldn't even look into the camera. Excuse me. Did he? He didn't even look into the camera when he was talking. He kept his head down and wouldn't make eye contact. But you don't know. I mean, it's so crazy today. The generation that's growing up is unreal. They're so quick to kill. You know, they're so quick. And if she did OD, it would make sense. They probably panicked. All the drugs there, and you know, maybe something bad did happen. Maybe something bad did happen to her. We don't know. I'm sure we'll find out though here soon. She's been gone 8 days. You think if she was alive, she would have called her parents or somebody. You know, she might have went to become a country star, faked her own death. I've seen it all, folks. Christ, I remember 20 years ago, uh, them saying that a bunch of people were dead. And then 20 years later, they're like, my God, are you this guy? Yeah, you know, we thought you died. You know, they said you died. And then they would say, don't believe everything you hear on the news or TV or whatever. And the people were perfectly fine. So, you don't know. Oh, solo mio. Now I got to vacuum up this mess and do some stuff around here. What do you do? I don't know. Please, Mother Mercy, take me from this place of long, winding curses that they leave in my head. Boy, ain't that a great song? That was a great song. Christ, world's gone nuts. We might as well back our government. Do what has to be done. Christ, you can't even go to a concert anymore. They're injecting people with all kinds of stuff in concerts and stuff. You know? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sure, I remember 20 years ago. Oh, I got a mind like an elephant. I remember all things that are bad and evil. Well, all I could say is let this be a lesson to the world. When we tell you folks it's real, that means it's real. It might be a movie, but it's a real movie. Real stuff that happens in the world. Real sicknesses, real idiots, and real killers. Our country has been invaded long enough. It's time to get to work. Hear that, Joe? Time to wake up. Get the troops ready. Get everything ready. Bunch of animals. I can seriously say that when I was growing up and would go to parties and everything like that, it was a party. Everybody had a good time. These days, you go to a party and women end up getting either beat or men get beat or people end up dying and a bunch of madness. And when I was growing up and going to parties, we just didn't do stuff like that. We went to, I mean, there was fights, but it wasn't no big giant brawls. You had a fight with somebody, you fought, you split them up, and went back to having a good time and drinking or whatever. But nothing like today. Today, this younger generation has gone off the deep end. I would say a little bit. You know, I don't know. They got to get it under control. If we don't get this under control, uh, it won't stop. They'll continue to do it. You got to send a message out there to we won't put up with these people kidnapping our kids or whatever, our teenagers. Of course, my heart goes out to their family or whatever, but I think it's a big cover up, if you ask me, this whole Kaylee thing or whatever her name is. Something's up. Somebody's either, there's a higher up, there's somebody higher up. Gotta be there. It's gotta be, gotta be something going on. Who knows? I'll leave the crime stuff to Alex. I don't know. Someone came into my chat the other day saying some guy that had a YouTube channel died or something. That was a crime channel that was attacking a lot of people. Yeah, he was in my chat attacking people in my channel before. I guess he passed away, they're saying. I don't know if that's true because a lot of people have told me don't believe anything them people say because they lied so much and they caught them in lies in their crime channel videos that they were making. So they lie a lot, so you can't trust anything you hear. Plus, most of them are on the run from the government. So they make up these videos. Oh my God, he died, and when really he didn't. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Oh, here come the trolls. Raphael. Oh, hey Ricky, how you doing? How you doing? You getting ready for Armageddon, Rick? Got some new weapons we're going to be trying. Mind altering, brainwashing. By the time the government is done with us, we'll all be in the corner, drooling on ourselves. I don't need to save anything, Raphael. You should save yourself, Raphael. You really should. Because as we speak right now, my YouTube channel is being tracked by the best of the best. Even Uncle Ted is tracking it. So we can find out these culprits that have been hacking my system, stealing my movies. I have faith in you, Uncle Ted. You will find these culprits. I'm sure you will. Hey, what's going on with Trump? If you folks haven't realized, there's a new sheriff in town. I don't know what to tell you guys. Who is it? I have no idea. But they're making calls, pulling strings, and they're picking up everybody. What a movie. I'll tell you what, it's a great movie. It's going to be huge. Of course, Depp keeps calling me all the time, Johnny Depp. I want in on it. Of course you do, Mr. Depp. Excuse me. Oh. So I got a new camera. That I'm going to be using pretty soon. Man, I got a whole flock of birds just munching down on my bird feeder out there. It's like the dang movie The Birds. But the weather is dropping, folks. If you haven't noticed, the weather is changing. It was actually kind of cool this morning when I woke up. But the world is changing. Things are changing. Nothing can stop. Nothing will stop. Things are going just as they planned it. The new sheriff in town is just going through everybody. We have 2 bird feeders and 2 hummingbird feeders. I think I remember you saying that, Ricky. I remember you saying that. Hey, I was in Metalhead Hippies the other night, chilling. Everybody was over there. Mishmash, Les Nagy. They were all, I guess, Mishmash went to go climb Mount Peets. somewhere in Washington. I don't know, some mountain made of peeps or whatever. Who knows? What can you do? Not much you can do. They're out climbing mountains. I'm here watching my nephew. Ah, what can you do? So my nephew was asking about my go-kart. I bought a go-kart for my son when he was younger. Had roll cage on it, belt driven, snowmobile belt on it, big motor, whatever. It blew a tire. Well, it didn't blow a tire. The wheel bearings went out on the front tire. So I picked up another wheel, uh, and hopefully it fits. I think it will fit for the front end. And then I'll have that dang go kart going. I had it running last winter or a couple winters ago, uh, jumping snow drifts and everything in my yard. So that was pretty cool. And my little nephew loves the go kart. Oh, hello, Mrs. Griff. How are things going? I've been babysitting for the past couple of days, so I've been out of the YouTube channels. My nephew's mother was like, I don't want you watching stuff you watch on YouTube. When my son is there, I was like, all right, okay. So other than that, uh, the world is nuts. I think what they're doing is they're covering up for something that happened with Keely. Not Keely, Kylie. Kylie, that's her name. Something's up. Either it's some kind of a scam or an OD or something, a rape or something like that, and they got rid of the body. Something happened to her. You would think if she was still alive, uh, she would have called her family. No, I don't keep it here. I got a shed where I keep my tractors and my son's go kart that he never came and picked up. And he could use it too because the stuff he does, he'd have fun with it. But he wants me to sell it, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell it, and send him the money. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell it. What if you have a kid? What if you have a kid? Then you can give it to your kid. When it's got giant knobby tires on it and everything. Today's generation, there's no morals. There's no old time stuff where you pass things down, family to family. You think her so called best friend might have known a little bit more. I think they all do, Miss Griff. I really do. I think something's up. Something ain't right. Because when that case first came out, they said she was missing. And then there was one more video that was made that said she was spotted in a store. They weren't sure if it was before the party or after the party. But she was spotted and they were looking for her. Now all of a sudden she's totally missing. And the stories have changed, and supposedly there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids at that party that came from all over, even other states or whatever. But the photos we're seeing, there ain't hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids. It ain't adding up. Why would you leave her there with her car knowing that she could possibly drive off after she had way too much to drink? Well, she might have had too much to drink and didn't want to drive home and got a ride home from someone else and something happened. Possible. It's possible. But they haven't found the car. So that, it ain't. It's a crazy thing. Or maybe she was lured there deliberately. I don't know. I believe you're right. I believe she does. After she had way too much. I don't know. It's a crazy. If people haven't realized all the kids and young teen girls and women and even the young boy kids and everything are coming up missing, it's just unbelievable. I'm telling you, folks. When I was a younger man, we did not have this kind of trouble in our neighborhoods. We didn't have this kind of trouble in our country. It was very rare you go to a party like that and you come up missing. When I was growing up, going to parties when I was a young teen and stuff, you either got drunk, lost your car, or you might have gotten an accident, whatever, but not missing or foul play. Now they're putting videos out that there's possibly a burial site that they found out there looking for or whatever. What do you mean, possibly a burial site? Either you get cadaver dogs out there and they smell it. Well, there was a dead body in this hole. All right, or there ain't. You don't know. We don't know. No, at 16. Well, I can't say that because I was 16 and hanging out with older dudes and women in the neighborhood or whatever. But it was never violence. That's the thing I don't understand is back when I was growing up, you went and they had fun and you were with your friends and like I said, if a fight broke out, it was a couple punches and whatever, and then it was broken up. Hey, you don't want the cops showing up here or someone to get hurt because then that'll break up the whole party. You want to have a good time where nobody's. But see, the parties I used to go to when I was younger, there was a cover charge. If you're coming in the party, you had to pay $2 or $3 because usually we'd have a keg. Everybody picked, that's how they would make their money back at the keg. So 50, 60, 100 people show up at the party and you all pay $2, $3. You're drinking the whole night for free. And the people that are throwing the party got their money back. So, but today it's all different. Yeah, you're right about that, Ricky. Yeah. They should have confiscated every one of those kids' cell phones. Yeah, sure should have. You're right about that, Miss Grit. Well, a lot of them lie to their parents, tell them they're going to be somewhere else and go do stuff like that. I've done that before. But like I said, we're living in a totally different society today where, you know, I hate to say it, women really ain't that respected, you know, that much anymore with the way they're treated. We didn't treat women like that when we were younger. We didn't turn them into uh, ladies of the night or stuff like that. Today they do. Let me see. Kids are too vain these days, but they're also wanting to stay a little. Yeah, a little clique, even if they don't want to be in that little group. Yeah, they want to be cool, so they show up there. They want people. She seemed like an adorable young lady, you know. And that's my problem. That's my big concern. You know, that a couple of these girls said, well, it was mainly just guys. Warning, warning. You know, a couple girls show up at a party with a bunch of dudes, and the dudes are drinking, and the women there. Next thing you know, little winkies are getting all excited, and then, phew, you know, then then that's a nightmare in my head. Getting a call, uh, a family member or a daughter saying that they were abused by a bunch of people that you got to kill all them people. There's nothing else you can do. You got to kill them all. But times have changed since I was younger, so you can't kill anybody. But you have that thought in your head, you know. Ricky, no, I haven't watched that movie. Rick, what is? They allow themselves to be treated this way. Oh yeah, the women today, they're just. You know what? I'm 50 years old, and I never slept with more than one woman at a time in my life. And the women I've slept with were all I was with for years. I've never even slept with a different colored woman. Well, no, well, Hispanic, but that was my, yeah, I wasn't a player like that, you know. When I dated a girl, it was for a long time. But today, the younger generation is just, it's no wonder we got sexual diseases running rampant everywhere. Really, folks, I'm not joking, really. They're having sex with animals and stuff, and people on Facebook sending me messages. I'm like, good God, what is that? You know, are you kidding me? That it can't be real. No, it's real. Oh my God, it's no wonder we got problems. I never slept with a prostitute. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I never did. I missed out. I feel left out. I feel so left out. It's probably why I'm still alive, though. Thank God. No, it's just, I don't know what it is. It wasn't me. I didn't create this generation. I just didn't create this generation. I went to high school, even in grammar school in eighth grade and stuff. I was in sports, music, and art and stuff like that. And then in high school, sports, wrestling, football, track, dances, dating women respectively. Never hit a woman in my life. Always dated women for a long time. Uh, just, I don't know. Maybe I was raised wrong. I don't know. Some of these guys got 50, 60 women that they're sleeping with. How do they do it? I have no idea. I don't even want to think about it. One woman is enough for me. 50, 60 of them. How the heck did? Well, it's other countries. In other countries, they have harems. They got 50, 100, 250 women. And what's crazy is some of them are aren't even 13 or 10 or 11. They marry young in some of these countries. And the rest of the world, America sees it. And the next thing you know, there's people out there dating 13-year-olds. This is unbelievable. I can't deal. It's too much for me. I don't understand it. I don't understand this whole world or any. I just need a woman. That's all, and I'm good. But this is unbelievable. So, and they're taking the kid, and now all these big dollar guys. I think they're covering up for somebody. A drug dealer. Gotta be. They gotta be somebody with big money, known, somebody slinging money around, either trying to keep their mouth shut or keep their mouth or keep them out of it. Something's going on. Something is going on, folks. No, I ain't touching anyone. Hey, believe me, before I crawl in the sack with a woman, I'm going to examine that thing real good. Make sure it don't have teeth. Make sure it's fine. And she can examine me. Here you go. Look it. I'm clean. I ain't got no juju beads all over my junk. I ain't going to have none of that crap. That's like I was listening to Moulin Rouge. Itchy, itchy, Gucci, Gucci, mama, I'm itchy, itchy. No, I don't need no itchy, itchy. I don't need none. No, this is, no. We might be able to work around a sexual disease, but I don't want one. Not willingly. Good God. No, no creepy crawlers for me. Uh-uh. Are you kidding me? Look out for them crabs. And everybody's like, crabs? They're in the ocean. No, you folks haven't been sexually teached. Them dang crabs will jump 20 feet on you. You got to stay back, check your junk when you get home. And that's just from standing next to somebody. This stuff. This is unreal. Unbelievable. Crazy world. And they're just having kids. To have kids. Not money. Just to have kids. There's no love in it no more. There ain't no love in it. There ain't nothing. It's they have sex, they have a kid, they go on their way, they have another. They're just, and we ain't, this is unreal. Excuse me. Oh, I'm the most hated guy on YouTube. People can't stand me, Mrs. Griff. I've been busting balls everywhere along this YouTube streets. No, I don't even drink anymore. I quit drinking 20 something years ago. I quit all the hard stuff. I quit everything 20 something years ago. Sober. Right now there's a drug dealer somewhere going, who in the heck told him to get sober? Oh, I was big into all kinds. Yeah, it just didn't bother me. I mean, I worked construction, so I had money and I was in shape. And back then, that's what construction dudes do. They drink. So in order to be one of the dudes, you had to drink like a fish. And believe me, sometimes I did. But it's all about being cool these days, you know? I guess it was when I was a kid, but that's what it's all about. And they all want to be a part of it, and they all want to, and then they feel guilty, or no one's going to, I'm not pretty enough, my breast ain't big enough, my butt is too big. And I'm like, you're a woman, you're beautiful, just do what you do. There ain't nothing more sexy than a woman being a woman, doing women things, smelling good, looking good, and smelling good, and cooking, and all that thing that men love. Now today, these women, they'll beat your brains in. You know, it's madhouse. I don't know. Does anyone want to leave this world behind the way it is? Nah, I don't want to. I'll stay here as long as I can. No, good. Keep them out there, 50 acres of land. I'd stay out there. Build a fence around it and not let anyone in it. Oh, God. What's going on? We're being trespassed on. You want my honest truth? Voodoo kings, trespassers among us. We're being invaded. Our government is broke down. It can't make decisions. It's constantly bickering amongst its own self. It's a lost cause for this country. Yeah, we're trying to work on it, Miss Griff. Trying to let people know. Get ready because it's coming. We can't have this madness running wild on our streets. In our schools. Can't have it. Can't have it. If you let it go too far, we're going to have a war in our own country. That's why I keep telling the professionals, you got to nip it in the bud now. You can't be having, you got to go through all this crap. Everybody's talking with this, that, all these gangs, the biker club, all these secret organizations, all this corrupt government. You got to nip it in the bud now before there's a war in our own country using technology that I built, that I created in my head. And I don't want that to ever happen because they're ballbuster weapons. I don't know. Well, that's what they're talking, the professionals. You know, we're going to have to do something. This is getting out of control. This is America. You know, how does this happen in America? It's easy if you try, like John Lennon said. Just imagine there's no laws. Imagine, because there ain't no laws to these people. They'll rape, pillage. You know what? I never had to rape a woman in my life. What is wrong with this generation? They're out raping, pillaging, killing, stealing. It's unbelievable. Yeah, my nephew just left. He was over. He looked at me all crazy eyed because I handed him a hand wipe. All crazy eyed, like he wanted to square up with me. What's that? It's a hand wipe. Did you go to the bathroom? Yeah. Did you wash your hands? Yeah, but there was no soap. So I got him some soap. And then he washed his hands and he came out and I gave him one of these. Here, wipe your hands off. Looked at me all crazy. Scared me. He's 7. What's that? It's a hand wipe. Wipe your hands off. He looked at me like he was going to throw a square roundhouse kick at me. God, 7 years old. Can't go on this way no more. No, don't question him. Good God. I gave the kid 3 options for dinner. You can have hot dogs. You can have chicken salad, tuna salad, or chicken barbecue sandwiches. And he's like, what else you got? What else do I got? You should be lucky it's not shoe leather. They don't remember the olden days. Well, I don't either, but I heard stories about them. Grandparents eating shoe leather with a little bit of salt and pepper. This is unreal. These kids today. He's just a little dude. He ate 2 of my chicken barbecue sandwiches. He ate a giant hot dog that I had. Giant, like, hot dog. He ate one of them. He ate half of it. He's like, I don't want this no more. What do you mean you don't want it no more? You ate half of it. Put it in a bag. Save it for later. It's good for at least 2 days. No mold on it. You're good. You can't question these kids. 7 years. I would have got my butt whooped if I would have looked at my parents all crooked-eyed when I gave him a hand wipe. He's like, I don't use them, dude. I'm like, you're going to use them here. I could have swore I just seen your finger in your nose about 5 minutes ago. I think you're going to wash these. Then he tells me, I'm not worried about it because you can't spank me. Yeah. I looked at him. I said, who told you that? My mother. I said, your mother told me if you get out of line to spank your little butt. She did? Oh, yeah, she did. He sang a different tune then. Once he found out that his mother said, if he acts up and gives you trouble, you spank his butt. I'm like, I don't hit kids. You know that. She's like, I know, but just tell him you're going to spank his butt. So I told him, and he looked at me and laughed. The kid laughed in my face. He laughed in my face. You ain't going to hit me. I know you ain't going to hit me. That's what he said to me. I got no power over this kid now. He knows I'm not going to spank him, so he'll just do whatever he wants. Oh yeah, if I would have told him, I don't do the hand wipe things. You know, there would have been a slipper across the room, a peanut butter jar, anything she could have got her hands on, and would have commenced to whooping butt. But today, well, that's abuse. That you can't hit your kids. I don't know. It straightened me up. Someone call CPS, ASP. Yeah, please do. Please come get him. He looks like you guys remember that movie, Child Kid, or what? That movie with John Little Devil, or what was that movie with John Ritter or whatever his name was, with the little kid that was, had red hair and everything, and that's what my nephew looks like. No crap. And if you let him, he'll just do whatever. I bought him a bunch of play guns, right, for playing guns when he was over there. He screamed he wanted to take his gun home. I said, okay, take your gun home. I'll keep my gun here when you come back over. We can play cops and robbers or whatever. Well, he took his gun home. He lost it. He showed up here. He wanted to play with my gun. I said, where's your gun? I can't remember what happened to it. I'm like, no, you're not playing with my gun. Because you won't remember what happened to it when it breaks. So he's upset about that. But I told him, no, you're not taking the toy gun home. It's for when you come over here, you can play with it here. If you bring it home, you're going to show up here next time. And I'm going to ask you, did you bring your gun? And you're going to say, it broke, or you can't find it. So that he upset right there. He was upset. The rest of the day went very horrible. He couldn't get his way, and the next thing you know, and he knows Uncle Johnny loves him, and I ain't gonna spank him or I should, but I don't. He knows it, and he does whatever he know. I gotta put my foot down, but you can't these days. He's 7. You tap him on the butt, he goes home. Good God, he beat me for hours. He fed me worms and flies. You can't do nothing no more. Our hands are tied as parents. There's nothing he can do. He know, and sometimes he'll sit here with a smirk on his face because he knows. He knows I'm not going to hit him, or spank his little butt. So that's what we put up with, his family, and that's family. 7 years old telling me I'm not going to spank him. I'm not allowed to or whatever. And I'm like, that's funny because your mother told me if you get out of line to give you a whooping if you're all mad crazy like you get with her. He's like, she did? Yeah, she did. You want me to call her? No, you don't have to call her. That's how he is. I love him to death, though. Next time he comes over, we are camping in my camouflage duck blind, and he's got a camouflage. I got a camouflage suit here for him, a camouflage hat. We are going to be hunting Bigfoot right here inside my front room in a camouflage tent, hunting for Bigfoot. Oh, you have a good night too, Miss Griff. Thanks for stopping in. It's always nice seeing you. I'm glad Mr. Griff turned over everything to somebody that knew what they were doing. It's about time. He might be able to get some viewers back. Maybe some subs. I don't know. Maybe, but you don't know. Maybe there's a chance he might get them 3.5 million viewers back, that he's finally turned it over to someone that knows what they're doing. You have a good night. Enjoy your dinner, ma'am. Say hello to the Mrs. or Mr. for me. And God bless everybody. Now, where was I? Oh, the kids today. They're unbelievable. Animals. I don't know. Where was I with Kylie or whatever? Yeah, we don't know what happened to Kylie. If we knew, the case would be solved. But something is fishy. The way her boyfriend was acting, the words he was saying, I know she's alive. I know she's fine. Well, if you know she's fine, then why are we all looking for her? Where is she? And then putting his head down. It's just, it's unreal. Mrs. Griff, is everything okay over there? Is that guy Jimmy back over there at your channel? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. The hubby's here. I'm sorry, Mrs. Griff. I didn't want to bring up Jimmy. What was his last name? I know it wasn't Griff. Griff ain't that pretty. Everyone, that's got to be Griff. I'm like, no, look at the photo. Griff ain't that pretty. So, I don't know. But where was I? Keely, yes. Kylie. I keep getting her mixed up with Keely. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Jimmy, he went on vacation. Don't worry about it. But anyways, we don't know what happened. And you're right, Mrs. Griff. There ain't no way I would let my daughter or even my son go to a party with a bunch of people, a bunch of drugs, and who knows what else. But definitely not my daughter. Once she showed up there, these women should be taught, hey, if you show up to a party and there's hundreds of guys and you're like, the only girl there left at the party, or maybe one or two girls there, you might want to leave. Have a beer, get out of there, whatever, because I know how, guys get, these younger teenagers, hormones flying, booze, drinking, an accident, or just whatever, get caught up in the heat of the motion. And then the woman says, no, I don't want to do this. But the man is so far into it, things get out of hand. We've seen this hundreds of times. I think they need to start training their daughters to see these signals. You show up at a party in the middle of the woods, nowhere, and there's only 2 or 3 girls there, and the rest are hundreds of guys. You might want to leave that party, Am I wrong? I mean, it's I think these kids might be into things that we weren't into. I wasn't into porn 24/7 when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. I didn't even know porn existed when I was that young. The TV was porn. Benny Hill was porn. That was close as I got to porn when I was young man, in my teens or whatever. Once I seen Benny Hill program and all the women were running around there in skirts and underwear and everything, I was like, shawang. My little manhood was like, what's this? Good God. I mean, there was none of that crap when I was growing up. Maybe a Playboy book or something, but I think kids and teenagers today are exposed to these things that we were half grown before we were exposed to them. It wasn't him. Oh, it wasn't. No, not Jimmy Flanagan. Was it Flanagan? Filligans was his name. PH something was in there. I'm not sure what his last name was, but everyone in your chat, Mrs. Griff, said it was Mr. Griff, and he was just joking around. And I was like, it can't be Griff. That dude's too pretty. And he has hair. So what do? I don't know. Hey, I'm seeing it here in Indiana. They're actually putting little signs up out here. Do you want to be a foster parent? And all these killings that we are seeing on YouTube and everything with these kids, they're not even their real parents. Some are their real parents and doing bad things to them. But some of them, well, they weren't their real parents. They were foster parents. I mean, they have to tighten up. Either that or it is a big, giant child trafficking thing. And they're trying to dump all the kids. And they're putting signs out right off the side of the road. Do you want to be a foster parent? I mean, crazy stuff, if you ask me. If you ask me, it honestly wasn't Griff, Mrs. Griff. Oh wait, you know what? I should probably turn my thing to live chat. Huh? That probably would help. So my little nephew today said I have to quit smoking. So I'm going to try quitting smoking. I know it's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm going to have to cast out all these demons. Of course, in the name of Jesus. Is there any other way? Probably not. But what we're seeing in this Kylie thing, I think somebody is putting somebody up to something. And I think it's probably, not good. And now we're starting to see some of these people come into this when they really shouldn't be. And they're throwing around a lot of money. And it just, I'm like, something ain't right here. Something just ain't right here. Let the police do the job and all this and that. And I don't know. It's madness. It's too much for me. Really is. Oh, you guys are cooking out on the grill. Did you guys film that? I'll have to check that out. Nothing better than a good grill. Oh, this is an hour video. All right. I'm getting off of here. You folks have a good day. Be safe. And I got some work to do tomorrow. Make a couple bucks. And yeah. Hopefully it don't rain. It's not supposed to. So I should be able to cut that yard and get that over and done with. And then right back at it, we've been getting a lot of rain. The grass has been growing like crazy out here, nice and green. So I might have to start all over again here. I think Friday was the last yard I cut, so I'll have to go back to that one and cut it. I don't know. Maybe I'll open my own business. I'm too dumb to open my own business. Yeah. I mean, I probably could. The government's giving out. They're sending me stuff in the mail. You need a loan? We heard you want to start a business. Do you need 50 million? No. No, I don't need 50 million. Yeah. Anything to get you in that hole. Oh, and remember, get as much sun as you can get. Get as much sun. If you live up north here, God's country, get as much sun as you can get. Winter is right around the corner. Of course, I usually stay kind of tan, but even in the winter, skin-wise or whatever. But sometimes I get white if I'm not in the sun for a long time. Don't hate me because I'm part white, Mexican, Indian, black, or whatever. All right, I got to get off here, folks. I got to vacuum and clean up the mess from that little ball of energy. Oh, boy. What can you do? I don't know. Little bugger wore me out. And I didn't do nothing. If you're watching my little nephew, it was fun. I had a good time. Be safe. And remember, don't ever tell anybody where you live on YouTube. Boy, the kid was just giving out information left and right. Surprised. He didn't give away his social security number. Like, no, you can't tell people where you live. But I want to give a shout out back home. You're 7. You don't give shout outs when you're 7. Wanting to give shout outs. 7 years old. Are you kidding me? That's a crazy world, folks. Love them while you can. They grow up. They don't all stay tiny. They eventually grow up to become little monsters. You know. And then they reach that age where they give you the crazy eye and you tell them to do something or something. He looked at me all crazy. It's a hand wipe. It ain't going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you. Wipe your face off in your hands. And he looked at me like I was some cuckoo off the street. Hand wipe. Why? Why do they always ask you why? I'm like, because your hands are dirty. You pick your nose. You've been running all out. You've been throwing the ball around. You've been crawling all over the floor. You've been farting 24/7. Wash your hands. Why? Yeah, they got cojones, these kids these days. It's demons. We must cast out these demons that are in our kids. I don't know, cast them into swine, into pigs, whatever. But we got to get them out of our kids because these kids are just running over us. All right, I got to go. I am going to quit smoking. I'm sick of this crap. Smoke a pack a day. This is unreal. I'm done with this crap. Time to get back in shape. Oh, God. Where do I start cleaning? I guess the vacuum would be the quickest thing, huh? And then finish doing the dishes. Why do they have to drink out of so many cups? I don't know. I don't know there must be something in the water. I don't know. I don't know. Must be something in the water. All right, folks. Have a good night. Be safe. Love, peace, and harmony. And we all pray that Kylie is safe and sound. And we all pray it was just a prank. Maybe try and get some publicity. She's a country singer. Maybe she did become a country singer or something. And, who knows? We don't know. There's so many videos out on Kylie or whatever her name is. We don't know. She was a great musician and guitar player and something ain't right. Her boyfriend saying that, I believe she's fine and she's perfectly fine and something ain't right. I don't know, but the world's gone cuckoo. I wish our government would step in and get it back under control. I wish people would start raising their kids with morals. The streets are the most dangerous streets now, pretty much in the world. America has become a third world country, and they just don't want to admit it, folks. They just don't want to admit it. And it's just out of control. Fix it, government. That's what we pay our government to do, is to keep citizens safe on the streets. States need to pick up their security. We need drones in the sky. We need, I don't care what they call them, UFOs, drones, whatever. And this is ridiculous. And now I know why people would say, hey, don't care about what's going around the world. Care about your own and your families and friends or whatever, but the rest of the madness going around, don't pay any attention to it and don't get wrapped up into it because it'll suck you into it. And the next thing you know, there'll be people trying to kill you. Well, there already are YouTubers trying to kill us. Sometimes I think it'd be better for me just to go back to being my old self. You know, hey, I'm not going to worry about it. Ain't my problem. I don't get paid $450,000 a year, and it's a young man's game now. You know, I don't know if there is a God, we can use him. We definitely need his protection in America, and we need good doctors, scientists, you name it. We need good people that are not going to be paid. You take an oath to heal and cure, you uphold it. You take an oath to protect and serve a country, and that don't mean for 8 years or 4 years after you get out of the military, you go and rape and pillage your own country, your own people. Don't be afraid of change, people. There's so many people afraid of change. If things change, all their trafficking children, all their money goes. There is no money. All the trafficking, all the drugs, everything, and they lose out. A lot of people are upset because they do want to make cannabis legal, but see, the government will grow their own cannabis. Anybody else selling cannabis on the streets or whatever, they'll be picked up. If the government gets involved in it and passes it and makes it legal and gets into it and puts a tax on it and everything, uh, you'll only be able to buy through legal cannabis stores, and that'll take a lot of the madness out of it. There's people being shot for doobies and drugs and killed and kidnapped, and it's just unbelievable. The greatest country, I don't want to even hear it's the greatest country in the world anymore. At one time, not no more. It's been infiltrated too many times. The devil's got control of it. In order to solve it, you got to get rid of the devil, all of his minions, his whole bloodline. You got to get rid of them. You can't make any exceptions. But that ain't up to us. That's up to God. God has all the power. But military, that's why I keep telling people, why do we need a military? If we are under God, God Almighty has the power to wipe these people completely off the earth with one breath. He don't need weapons. He don't need all this massive stuff. And then they, it's a catch. It's just a ball of evil. I don't want nothing to do with it. As Pontius Pilate did, as Jesus came up to Pontius Pilate said, I wash my hands of it. This man is innocent and hasn't committed any crime that I can see. and send them off somewhere else. I don't want to be the one to send these people to their deaths. You know? And I got to do the same thing with all this stuff. I got to wash my hand of it. It's madness. And if you watch it for so many years, the madness runs off on you. And then you got madness everywhere. And that's what we are seeing right now, folks. Is madness on the streets, in our schools, everywhere. Keep praying to God, and surely God will hear our prayers, and all this will go away, and we'll be back to normal, where you can have a good day, you know, where you can survive on not making a lot of money or whatever. But today it's lost. We got to get it back somehow. That's all I can say. Now, you folks have a good night. Be safe. Love one another. Try to. And remember, report something. If you see something fishy, report it. You know, and if you don't want to report it to the police, because a lot of people are afraid to report anything to the police because of retaliation. And I don't blame them. You know, people don't want their whole lives wrecked because they made a phone call to the police. You know, I don't blame them. And that stuff really does happen. And then people that are telling you that it don't happen in America, bull crap. Wow. You folks have a good night. Be safe. Love everybody. Make sure you check out the Griff's channel. Check out Alex Erickson's. I watch Burden of Proof. Crazy Crime Chick. The Lab. Check out the Lab on the Crime channel or whatever it is. Stuff. No thanks. Oh, I watch all these people. Even Benny Blood Money Keys. I'm just doing my job as a law-abiding citizen. Got to keep an eye on things. Now, you folks have a good night. Be safe. Keep an eye on the weather. We got storms around.